Hey guys, it's Charlotte here with Dragonfly Soul Healing. So I'm here to do a new moon love reading for you guys. Um, I just finished shuffling the cards again, so I'm going to do the same as I did for the general reading today. I kind of want you guys to clear your mind of expectation as to what it is that you're going to get from this reading and the answers that you're looking for. Let the universe bring what needs to be brought to you. So I'm going to ring my bell here, and while it rings, just take a deep breath, let go of all expectations, and just be open to receive any message that needs to come through today. So I'm going to start with the Romance Angels cards just to kind of get a feel for the energy. I already have a bunch of stuff with these cards that flipped out. It was really interesting. Some of the cards that I was seeing while I was shuffling to what ended. I have two death cards here. I'll show you the bottom of the deck here. The death card comes up twice. I'll read this here. I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. And I like that. Underneath that is adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. And I feel like there's been a lot of that challenging energy, especially when it comes to love. Because the thing is, with love, it's about self-love. We're always looking for a relationship, but a lot of times it's we're looking to fill a void, and the problem is we can't fill a void. We have to first love ourselves in order to properly come into a real union with any being. Okay, so I'm going to check these cards and then we'll go from there. Let's see. Religious factors. I feel like that's a big thing lately. The religious factors card. It says your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. And the thing is what you have always known and what you understand now and the way you feel towards your beliefs and so on and so forth has changed so drastically over the last few years, for sure. But even this last year, it's like everything's changed from what you understood even 5 years ago when we first started our journey. I was going to be a medium. That was all to it. I was going to be like Teresa Caputo, and I was able to do that at the beginning, but it wasn't really my calling. It was just the beginning. And so, and I slowly learned and developed my abilities. It was like I was always doing something new. And the thing is it was just to keep pushing me forward to this point. And it's the same for you guys, where it's like everything that you understand now is different. And so the person you want in your life is going to be different than what you wanted even a few years ago. The energy that you're looking for is different now. So right now, that is heavily influenced on your love life, and it's creating different barriers, but also opening new doors. The one deck I was shuffling, the New Beginnings, and a card kept kind of wanting to come out, and it was of a door being opened. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So it's about, again, kind of finding that balance of self-love, right? And being able to figure out where it is that you're going in life. And, we have to remember too that we only think about our side of the story. I think that that's important right now, is to remember that, if you're alone or you're looking for somebody, and I'm thinking a lot of the people that are watching this one are going to be, the feeling alone card comes up here. So this is more like a single thing, we have to remember that the person that's coming for us, they are also going through their own things, right? So a lot of this that you talk about could actually be part of their problem as well. They too are going through things. They too are going through spiritual awakenings and understandings, and coming to a point of understanding the things that you do to bring you guys to a place of balance in the energy. You know, we have seen a lot in our lives where we lose friends, we lose people, and it's not because of anything we do or they do or anything. It's really just about vibration. You vibrate to each other for a reason because you're in that same vibration. Oh, that's crazy. That's making me think about, I seen this thing and I posted on my page several times, but it was literally these people took this huge bucket of crystals, little crystal balls, all the exact same size, but there are 7 different ones, right? Like the chakras. And they dumped it down this plinko kind of thing. And you watched, I could feel the energy as you watched it, but you watched as these, like, they intertwined, but they all found their own vibration. And by the time they got to the end of the plinko board, all together, they all landed in their own section, that vibration. And I don't know why I'm thinking of that, and I'm trying to explain things, I'm thinking of that. But even this thing that I found in my book here, this book that I bought online, literally, this tiny little memo that was in it, and it says, the rate of my vibration determines the people, events, circumstances, and objects. I'm getting really deep into the vibration right now, but here's the thing, is we vibrate to people, and then when our vibration changes, when we learn the lessons, when we grow from those patterns and cycles, we vibrate out of those people's lives. So again, it has nothing to do with what they do or what they said or what you did or said. It's all about the vibration. And so right now, not only are you trying to find your vibration, your understanding of spirituality, your religious beliefs, whatever you want to call it, while you're doing that, so is your person. And so we have to remember that. Now, the Passion card comes up here, and it is safe for you to love as well. And so these cards come up to remind you to be passionate and just learn to love yourself, learn to love others, you know. While you love yourself, you learn to love others. That is literally what happens. Because when you're happy or you're loving yourself enough, you want others to love themselves as well. And I found that when I first started this spiritual journey a lot, that it was like the more I gravitated towards that loving energy of loving myself and doing the mirror work and all that stuff, the more I had wanting for other people to be like that, and the more good people I found in my life. So I've talked a lot already. I'm trying to keep this to 10 minutes. I feel like it's not going to work. But okay, we'll pull some from the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention. In my big deck here, when I was shuffling this deck, the Ace of Cups was wanting to come out, and then instead of the Ace of Cups landing at the bottom, this ended up landing at the bottom. So there is some kind of a happy union coming here through the cycles that we have been through. And then there's also the divine guidance. There's a higher knowing here. There's signs from heaven, for one, and not only that, but there's guidance here. You're being guided. And remember the Death card's coming up here as well. And it's like underneath that, the fast movement. There is some kind of shift coming in through this death that's happened recently. I feel like if it hasn't happened already, it's happening for sure. Very soon, this death, this ending, because we've been stuck. Okay, the energy's been stuck in relationship aspects, in love aspects. And there's been needing to be this death and this learning to love yourself. And look at this beautiful Princess of Cups at the bottom of this deck. I love this, my new deck. I absolutely love it. It's showing you to find peace. You don't even get a good view of it, but It's showing you, it's just that peaceful, beautiful energy of coming into your own, being grounded. Look at all the red, the orange behind her, you know, very balancing those lower chakras right now, that more masculine side of yourself. You know, the masculine's chakras are the lower ones. Lead. It's time to take charge of your life and push forward right now, because that's where the love comes in, right? We're so focused on love sometimes, and you know, I think it's funny because my general reading was trying to go more towards love than this one is. But the thing is love is abounding. It's coming, but there's this wall, right? This card literally came up in my other reading, so it's like there's this wall. Look at all the communication that's ready to come in though, this blue. The blue is about your throat chakra, green is about your heart chakra. And so there's that balance right now of working through your emotions. Bottom of the deck here, Archangel Uriel. Your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. And yeah, that's important, is that letting go, right? That's that loving yourself, because while you love yourself, you forgive. And you are able to move forward from a lot of that past hurt. I also have, I'm like reading all of the bottom of the deck, so I don't know why I'm like full reading on the bottom of the decks tonight. Queen of Water. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition. Care for yourself and others. I mean, I can't even make this shit up. And look, here's the Eight of Wands again. We had it at the bottom of this deck as well. Eight of Wands, Eight of Fire. Events moving at a fast pace. Delays are over. Many things happening at once. And I just want to show you this Queen of Cups here, this Queen of Water. It's like that coming into your power, right? That loving yourself. It's things are balancing. The scales are balancing right now. Big time. Look at feeling alone back at the bottom of this deck. You feel really alone right now. And you know, we have to remember that when we go through, look, you see that fly out there? The Lovers card. And I'm always drawn to the vines in between the two lovers here, kind of showing how the paths intertwine together. And even if we cross paths and we don't know it, you know, whether you're thinking of a specific person or you're just looking in general, but there's always that crossing. Oh, my throat now, huh? See, there's some communication. Now, the Eight of Wands is the communication card. It's that fast communication, fast movement. And then I start choking on the Lovers card here, talking about that crossing paths, the intertwining. So, you know, it's like right now there's going to be some kind of movement, some kind of communication, maybe just a truth or an understanding coming forth. But the thing is there's definitely some love happening here, huh? See, it's at the bottom of this deck, solar plexus. And I also have the solar plexus on the bottom of that deck as well. Again, that balancing those lower chakras, flexibility, adaptability, personal power. The bottom after that, stairs, direction, timing, right? It's like everything's in divine timing, and we just need to be a little more patient right now. But again, bottom of this deck, express your love, right? Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. I'm not saying that you guys all need to go and start texting people and getting all crazy about it, okay? Don't do that. If you're feeling really guided to be texting or calling somebody or whatever, then go ahead. But the thing is right now I feel like the most important thing for you is to trust the signs you're getting, right? Signs from heaven here, whatever it is that's pointing you in the right direction. Look, listen to your intuitive feelings, right? Like every single one of my decks at the bottom here have actually come into play in this reading, which doesn't usually happen. And look at what's trying to pop out here. It's just kind of creeping out, the sacred union. There is something coming here. There's definitely something coming. It's all a matter of timing. It's all a matter of letting go, that forgiveness, right? That we're talking about here, coming to a state of compassion for your circumstances, for everything you've been through, for who you've become because of your circumstances. Letting this death period come in. I actually want to show this one because I like the mandala better than the death card, but it's coming into understanding of why these deaths happen in our lives, why these people leave, why adversity seems to be the only way to grow, why challenges are the only way that we push ourselves out of our comfort zone to fight for more. Right now we need to, just breathe, the bottom of the deck here. We need to breathe. We need to connect with our higher self. We need to learn to communicate properly. The thing is, if you're texting with people, one, text messages get read wrong and that kind of screws up the whole system. But also, it's how you approach situations. It's how you deal with things. If you're mean and calling people names and stuff like that, well, you're just making things harder, right? And don't bother texting them if that's what you're doing, because that's not even fair. It's not right. You need to work through that shit. You can't be flipping out on people. It's a thing. And you might get offended by that, but if you're the one that does that, then don't do that. It's not what you're meant to do. That doesn't help. That pushes people away. That creates that adversity, those challenges. And you learn hard lessons. I mean, it's your shit over there. You do what you gotta do. But the more you're compassionate, the more you learn to forgive your circumstances, your life, and understand that everybody's going through their own shit too. You're not the only one. The more you learn to just calm, listen. I'll just keep pulling off the bottom of the deck. What's next? Sadness and isolation. If you don't listen, that's what happens. What's next? Nurture yourself. Okay. Well, I pushed past my time, but that's fine, isn't it? I hope this makes sense, guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me. Take care.